Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fun-filled episode of Block Talk. As always, we're your hosts, joining remotely via simulcast, Crypto Nikolai, and
This guy right here,
there he
Crypto
is.
Foxtrot. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to all of you. It is a beautiful yet scorching hot day here in Georgia, setting a record high of 95 degrees in October, um, preceded by the past all-time high of 94 degrees back in 1954. So it's been a hot,
Big.
been a while.
Yeah, it really has, and just goes to show you that we're in fall, but it doesn't feel like it. Here's a fall-related meme for you today.
What you got? Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
This nice, wholesome meme to get the day started. Normally I go dark, but that's today I decided to keep it wholesome.
Okay, okay. I'm on board with that. I'm good with that.
So, you went out, you had a celebration of National Taco Day today.
Oddly enough, I had no idea it was Taco Day today, so that was kind of like an awesome secondary win in my book.
Yep.
I showed up and ordered my usual plate of tacos, and the person I was with was like, today's National Taco Day, and I was like, oh, no shit.
Well, it worked out for you. I'm sure you got a good deal, and the tacos were dank and delicious.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, getting over into the crypto side of things, it has been an interesting week, and I have to say, it sounded like you were pretty fired up earlier.
Yeah, man. I just I've been a part of this Facebook group for quite a while, and it is a it's a platform called Unify. At this point, like I'm perfectly fine with calling them out. Basically, what it is it's a platform in which you pay some guy somewhere to give you some trading signals to trade your crypto, your Bitcoin, whatever you happen to be invested in. Um, I don't think that there's anything wrong with, trying to capitalize on crypto as long as there's an understanding that there needs to be a healthy respect for the technology that cryptocurrency is powered by,
So
and that's
you're
blockchain tech.
you're saying this was a Facebook group?
Yes, it's a Facebook group it's like the official Facebook group of an investment platform that
Is
was
this
live
an
several months ago.
official investment platform with credited investment advisors, or is this just a kind of pump and dump group?
I, you know what? I don't really know. Because, according to all the marketing material, everything seems, great. And, you're going to make tons of money investing with Unify. The guy that pitches Unify, his name is Mike Klingler, and his partner, Robin Lynn. I'm not afraid to call him out at this point either. They have a pretty smile and they're very well spoken, but
Yeah.
here's the thing, like if anybody would have taken you know 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour to like really read into this guy, they would know that every single project that he's had his hands in terms of marketing and growth and everything has gone up in flames. um let's see, he was one of the big market movers for USI Tech. Okay, what happened to USI Tech? They were shut down by the government. He was big in with BitConnect. We all know what happened to BitConnect. It's
They,
not a scam.
they got wrecked.
Yeah. Um, Devorcoin. That was a lending platform, much like BitConnect. They tried to, mince some words around, make it sound good and nice and pretty. But guess what? They got shut down by the government too. What else? Oh, TechCoin. USI Tech's lending coin. They got shut down by the Fed. I'm starting to see a bit of a trend here. Call me crazy, but, maybe I like having my money well protected by me instead of paying some shifty guy sitting in his mom's basement to half ass read some chart somewhere and act like he knows what he's talking about. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a fucking fraud. He's a charlatan and he's a cheat. The only thing he does is capitalize on people's lack of education about platforms, and he reaches out and targets the senior citizens of this country and pitches them this great idea saying you're going to leave tons of money for your children when you pass away,
Right.
blah, 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 blah. You know, it all sounds great because, you know, no parent wants to leave their kid with no money, you know, after they depart from us. But that's what this guy is doing. He's preying on the weak and the ignorant, and he's fleecing these people. And so, like, I actively spoke out in their, you know, Facebook group and told everybody, you know, do your own research. Like, if you want to be a part of cryptocurrency and its evolution across, you know, the years to come, you have to do your own research. That is the key tenet of any investment. And these people are just blindly throwing wheelbarrows of money at these people because they, you know, may or may not know what they're talking about. And to me, I think that's wrong. And I think with cryptocurrency investment, there has to be, like I said earlier, a healthy respect and understanding of the technology that it all runs on. And that is blockchain tech. Okay, you know, that's great. You know, do I think it's wrong to make money on cryptocurrency? Absolutely not. I'm a day trader. But at the same time, I also respect and learn about the technology that is coming in the future. This guy, and I quote, you know, I've got the conversation right here. Let me scroll back here. To quote this guy, he says, "We are not about blockchain, nor are we interested in it. We are educating new people to cryptocurrency and trade signals. We never mentioned blockchain, nor do we care about it. We are only in this to make money." What in the actual hell is going on with these people? Like, these people don't even know what they're getting themselves into. And that's what's scary to me. That these people have been unknowingly to them being preyed upon by this guy who's got, you know, a big vocabulary, a nice smile, and a good haircut. And these people are taking advantage of the ill-informed and the weak. And that's, to me, is just not right at all. I think that is a terrible, terrible business plan. I think that is absolutely terrible for the crypto economy. And I think it is absolutely detrimental to the growth of blockchain technology. It is people like them that have caused the market to crash the way they did. People's greed and a lack of understanding of the technology that they're investing in. That is why the market crashed. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
And I'm fed up with it. Like, and these people are attacking me, calling me a miserable ass because I'm trying to wake them up. Well, you know what? To quote an excellent movie, you know, you're all going to look up and shout, "Save us," and I'm just going to look down and whisper no. Because, you know, to quote a little bit of Rorschach from Watchmen there, if you're not willing to help yourself, then, you know, why should everybody else waste their time on trying to help you? So best of luck to everybody that invested in Unify. I wish you nothing but the best. Get your money out while you can. Mike Klingler, Robin Lynn, they're both frauds. They're both cheats and charlatans. And run away as fast as you can. And if either one of these motherfuckers are watching this stream, I'm calling you out right now. Come at me, bro. Like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Bruh, I love it. I love it. You stand your ground.
Rant over. It's a good day. It's a beautiful day. I'm not going to spend the rest of it pissed off at a bunch of clowns. So, little bit of news on the positive side. Not sure if everybody's been kind of following in the background some of the changes and evolutions we've made. But as of the day before yesterday, we have officially reached Twitch affiliate. Thanks to everyone who supported and followed. We couldn't have made it here without you guys. So again, huge thank you to everybody. You got us to where we are now. You're the reason we keep doing this. So keep on tuning in, learn something new. We're learning something new every day. We love the discussion. We love all of you. So thanks. Good job, everybody.
Yep, we even love the trolls out there, and
Oh yeah, absolutely.
a little side trolling never hurt. I definitely agree with where you're coming from, man. I think we've talked about this on different occasions, and the reality is that the markets are being held down by a number of factors. The lack of faith in the marketplace is one reason that we haven't got an ETF yet, and part of the
Yep.
reason we don't have faith in the marketplace is because of stuff like this, of scams and really unregulated Wild West kind of snake oil salesmen that are going around, basically selling, just like in the gold rush days of the 1800s. I mean, history is literally repeating itself in the new West of digital investment.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it, when the gold rush happened, back in California, 1949, 49ers, what have you, you think it was the people that were mining gold who were making money? No, it was the guy that was standing out front of the mine selling the shovel.
I want to say it was actually 1849, but let me look at
Yeah,
this.
yeah, sorry. I don't know if I said 1949. Yeah, it was 1849. My fault. My
Yep,
fault.
yep, mid 1800s. I was like, sweet.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just so like amped up because of these people, man. They got my blood pressure going. They got me in a tizzy, man. You're going to have to hold me back.
God, look at this old sign, man. These are wild.
Extraordinary inducements, 35 days to go. Yeah, man, dude, that's crazy stuff.
California Steam Navigation goes steam shit. Nicaragua, 200 jackasses.
I'm kind of tempted, kind of to backtrack a little bit. I kind of want to dump our stream link right into the Unify uh, Facebook page.
Yeah, yeah, if you feel like you can reach a decent amount of people, the problem is the mods are probably going to delete the message.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care. One or two people are going to see it before it gets deleted.
Yeah, so you might
But
want to just drop it in there. But at the end of the day, I think it's more important the discussion about, how these people who are kind of just trusting their money to others. I've had discussions with other investors in the crypto space, and what everyone seems to agree on is that when you buy Bitcoin, when you buy Doge, when you buy Tron, when you buy Ether, when you buy EOS, whatever your passion project is,
yep.
you're contributing to a digital space
Mm-hmm.
that is just you.
Yeah.
You own it, you run it, you can find your account and your address on the blockchain, on the block explorer. You can feel comfortable knowing that your funds are safe.
Yep.
Um, you know, it's just a great thing. And one reason that people are turning to cryptocurrency, I found this cool use case survey here.
Okay.
What use cases are you most excited about of Bitcoin?
With
DApps,
with
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Transactions, definitely. Possibly storing value, investment platform,
Yeah.
anonymity and privacy. To some extent, although I will say that Bitcoin, very open, actually. That's how they track like the Silk Road and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the main one, cryptocurrency used in unstable economies. That's potentially game changing.
Yeah. Cryptocurrency use in unstable economies. Yeah, I mean, take a look at like let's take Venezuela for example. Their economy is just absolutely tilted right now with just absolute hyperinflation, total disregard by the president there, just absolutely destroying the value of the bolivar down there. Um, so they are trying to introduce the wide use of cryptocurrency in a place where the economy has just you know shit the bed, to put it bluntly.
Well, I've got some more on that. Actually, I just tweeted out a nice review of the white paper for the Petro coin, and
Okay.
it blatantly copied Dash.
That's kind of shitty
Like
though.
like this picture right here is literally from the GitHub of Dash's
Oh
repository,
man.
and they just put it in the white paper and just added a Spanish title.
Hmm.
And then look at this. Dash's mechanism for fast transactions called instant send.
Yeah.
One of the most important characteristics of Petro is instant send.
Right. Right. And it's probably much more stable in terms of value than the Bolivar right now. Problem is, here in the U.S., it's currently illegal to purchase or even interact with Petrocoin because of Trump's concerns about Venezuela's attempt to offset their national debt and the inflation that's been caused over the last, several years by their presidents. Um, so he doesn't want anything he doesn't want anything to do with it, and he doesn't want the U.S. to be involved with it. I understand a little bit of his concern there, but at the end of the day, in terms of progress in helping these struggling economies recover and rebound from these absolutely terrible things that have happened, I think Venezuela, for better or worse, whatever Maduro's intentions are, uh, it's a step in the right direction.
Now
Obvious,
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, man. I think that the in theory and on paper it's a step in the right direction because it's
sure,
crypto adoption and everything like that. And
and
we're
that's what I'm saying.
thinking, oh man, it's great that a country is trying this and everything. Here's the problem. Number one, it's not a real crypto. It's a
Right?
fake dash, rip off.
Yeah,
And the president also said it's been listed on 6 of the largest exchanges.
which we
Okay?
found out the other day to be false.
Yeah. If you look at kind of these lists here, it's not listed on any of the platforms of Binance, OKX, Huobi,
Right. It's
some of
only
these bigger
on
exchanges.
Cryptopia and Yobit. Those are the only two exchanges, according to CoinMarketCap, that Petrocoin is on.
Excuse me. But thank you. I don't think I don't know that that's the same even Petrocoin.
Oh, yeah, that may be the case. But nonetheless, like you said, on paper and in theory, it is a step in the right direction. But again, like you said, um, it's kind of been it's been lied about. It being on the six biggest exchanges. Well, why can't we find it? I understand that we're American investors, but we should still be able to sort of find some sort of resource that would point us to where it's listed, and we can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
That and it is it is still a centralized cryptocurrency because it's sanctioned by the Venezuelan government. So the very premise of it is very antithetical, it's counterintuitive, and it's counterproductive.
Yeah. It's owned by the central government of a very autocratic government.
Yeah.
It's
So
owned. It's owned. It's centralized. It's not decentralized. It's not a
yes.
currency of the people. It's a currency of the government. It's not a way for an individual to build wealth. It's a way for the government to try to scoop up some more wealth from the people before the economy completely collapses.
Yeah, and again, I think that's kind of why that's one of the reasons why the U.S. was kind of shut down from investing in this because
Yeah.
Trump, whether you either love him or you hate him or you tolerate him, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, his intentions, whether for good or ill, was to prevent any sort of misleading or misled investment by the U.S. people in an attempt to offset the debt and the hyperinflation caused by Maduro.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah,
I think like we were initially you know, a bit on the side of okay, we want more adoption, we want this to spread, but then seeing the implementation and how it's just really it's a shit coin, man. It's not even like a real project. It's just a scammy cash grab, just like this Facebook group.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all it is.
You know, instead of just trying to improve the overall space, you're taking the quick way out and saying, all right, well, you're going to give me X
Yeah.
amount of dollars, and I'm going to promise you an insane return that you're never going to be able to get, nor no one's going to get that return.
No.
And
And the
you're,
thing is,
mm,
like, they charge these people to use the platform quarterly, and I believe it's around $500 per quarter. So that's $2,000 a year
yeah,
to receive these trade signals that may or may not be legit. Why? And I tried to emphasize it. I tried to emphasize it with these people, and I could not get through to them. God help their souls. I told them, I was like, look, you guys need to take a step back and realize what it is I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to
yeah,
make fun of you. I'm not trying to tell you that you're idiots. But what we're doing is offering you a way to educate yourselves
yeah.
on both blockchain tech and cryptocurrency trading.
What was
For
there? Was there some? I feel like there's something unsaid here because I feel like they're not mutually exclusive. So something had to have happened. Like, was there a discussion, or were they like saying that, oh, you don't have any experience, or like what were they? Were they getting on you?
No, it's because the whole thing surrounds the fact that these people don't care about cryptocurrency. They're only in it to fatten their wallets.
Hmm.
That is it. And they're calling me a fool and a miserable ass, blah 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 blah. And I'm the one that's, standing, in the back like, hey, like I'm trying to help you people here, but, if you want to call me a miserable ass and all that shit, why am I even wasting my time? You know, what I'm trying to offer these people is a place to come to Block Talk and have a healthy discussion about cryptocurrency and blockchain tech
Yeah.
for for free. I'm not going to charge you $2,000 to tune into our stream. That's absurd.
Yeah.
That is absolutely absurd. Nor am I going to give you some crazy, may or may not be legit trading signals, because that's what we're not about. We're not a signals channel. We're not going to tell you how to spend your money. We are going to give you the means to analyze, research, educate yourselves on all these different technologies and where they're going in the future so that you can make that decision for yourself. That is the ultimate financial freedom, not investing in some platform that promises you returns over a period of time. BitConnect.
Hey man, it worked fine. Honestly,
Yeah.
it really. I mean, BitConnect gets a lot of shit, but it was working fine. It was like 1 to 2% payout per day. So
Yeah.
like, it wasn't an unreasonable. It was like steady progress. You had to sit there and build up a certain amount of sats. I think it was 500k sats to move off the platform. And once you
Yeah.
got to that point, you could move it off and do whatever you wanted with it. The only problem is they got above, they went too big. Um, and with these scams and stuff out there, we're I did want to say this about what you were saying earlier with that group. You know,
Yeah.
I understand that a lot of people out there, they want to get rich. They want to use crypto as an investment vehicle, and that's what it's there for. So I don't want to take that possibility and route away from people. Um, you know, there's nothing wrong with trying to do a little extra research on the side, though, and trying to learn
Yeah.
about these projects. So, I feel like there's a happy medium there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and you're right. I can't fault these people for trying to, create a better financial future for themselves, their children, their grandchildren, great grandchildren. I cannot be mad at that, because, nobody wants to set their or leave their children, holding this monumental bill, after everything is said and done. So I understand why people got into it, but at the same time,
It's so predatory, though.
it's very, very predatory, much like what the credit card companies were doing at college campuses back in the 80s and 90s. They were setting up their little booths
Yeah,
outside during open house, trying to lure all these unsuspecting, financially illiterate college students who probably just drank a 12 pack on their way to class, and sucker them into these ridiculously high interest rate credit cards.
yeah,
So that is the modern day equivalent of what's going on with Unify. Um, they're going after the people who haven't educated themselves. They're going after people who may or may not be easily persuaded, and that in and of itself is just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. No,
It's revolting.
I hear you, and I understand, why you're upset, on behalf of all these people, and I hope that some of them do decide to come over, join our free Discord server, kind of get involved that way, because there's a lot of good information out there that you don't have to pay for, and you can make your own decisions and trade, and end up getting those, solid returns, but it's on. They're going to have to make that determination. And some people are real hands-off investors. They say, what, I don't really want to manage it. Someone else can manage it. I'll just pay, and then that's good enough for them. It comes down to a credibility thing, though. So.
Indeed, it does, and it is what it is. There's always going to be scamsters and tricksters and fraudsters out there trying to take advantage of the ignorant and uneducated. Not trying to say anybody is stupid or anything, but there's a difference between stupid and ignorant. But I think it's really shady, and I think it's really, really shitty and sad that these people are being roped into something without really knowing what the company's all about or what the people behind it all are all about. Because if people would have taken 20 seconds to do a quick Google search on the guy that headed up the marketing system of this thing, they would see that everything that he's had his hands in has failed. And I mean everything. Everything. He calls himself a serial entrepreneur. I have a problem with that name. A serial entrepreneur means that everything that you have entrepreneured has failed. So you have to keep going to the next, going to the next, going to the next. But,
Yeah.
Serial entrepreneur looks good on a resume, but lo and behold, people don't really understand what that means.
Well, it's very trendy sounding, but ultimately, like you said, it does kind of showcase failure. I think that it's good to push, and it's good to try to get people to invest in your stuff. I'm all about trying to get people to do that if that's what you want to do. But don't market yourself to be something you're not. If you're not accredited and you're not an investment advisor, don't pretend to be one.
Exactly. But that is my impassioned argument for the day. Gonna step away from that because I don't want to rant and rave about the negative side of people's greed and
Yep, there's a lot of positive out there too, and I mean, we can. That's what you brought up is the shady underside, and the shady underside of crypto does exist, but it's not the whole whale.
yeah, you're
Um,
absolutely right.
so when we went through and we found a couple of little news bits here, the Wall Street Journal has weighed in a little bit, and they're a major financial paper.
Yeah, yeah.
So, anytime they weigh in on crypto, it's going to be something worthwhile. And this isn't like a BuzzFeed article here, right? But so basically, with this particular story, they looked and they found that they compared the New York Stock Exchange to basic crypto trading exchanges, and he said there's just way too much bot activity on the crypto exchanges.
Yeah, there is.
These are doing things that are that would be illegal. In the regular stock trading system that help prevent market manipulation. One example is showing a large buy or sell order to encourage other people's behavior
Yep.
and then removing that order.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah. I saw a couple of those yesterday while trading against. I think I was just trading Bitcoin into USDT, and I mean there were orders popping up that were in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and once the book started closing in on that price,
yeah,
those orders would get moved off somewhere.
yeah. Yeah, it's called spoofing, and a similar tactic is in the stock market. Traders would use fake orders, but the Justice Department and the Commodities Future Trading Commission are looking into crypto manipulation, and the SEC is
Oh yeah.
cracking down on scams all the time. So there's definitely positive regulation coming,
Yeah,
and
absolutely. I was actually one of those people that lodged a complaint against the signals groups that were happening on Telegram. So I lodged a complaint with the CFTC in an
Okay.
effort to shut those down.
Yeah, we've got a petition going right now. It has over 5,000 signatures. Or, yeah, it has over 5,200 signatures to make Ripple the official crypto of the 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
Okay, I'm down with that.
He chose XRP because of the ease in which it facilitates cross-border transactions like you need when you have visitors from all over the world coming to Tokyo.
Yeah, absolutely. And the speed of the transaction and the cheapness of the transaction as well.
Yeah. Yep, cheap and fast. They said here tests sending funds between the U.S. and Mexico showed wait times for XRP transfers could be minutes, as
Yeah,
opposed to the days you have to wait with the current system.
yeah, you're absolutely right. Wire transfers take forever.
Yeah, they really do. ACH, Wire, all that tech is just so old.
Let
So
me
I
try something real quick.
okay. What do you want to try?
Check this out. Let's see. How do I do this? I'm just gonna try something here. Boom.
Hey. Well, thanks for the bits there, Crypto Foxtrot. I mean, you're the man.
Hey, I'll throw $1 at our own idea.
Hell yeah. I need to do it. I don't know if I have the bits on mobile. Um,
But yeah, let me actually. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I forgot how to do that though. Back to meeting, share. Let's share screen 2 here. Oh,
all
okay.
right. I've got your screen loading up. Okay.
Yeah. So, in light of us having become Twitch affiliates, we have been uh, given the means of further monetizing our stream and receiving donations outside or on the Twitch platform itself. So if you'll notice, did I stop sharing my screen or something?
Oh, hey, we got another cheer.
Hey, I wonder who that guy is. But yeah, if you look up here now in the top right hand corner of the stream box, you'll see the little subscribe. And you
Yep.
see free channel sub with Twitch Prime. So anybody who has Amazon Prime, they get a free Twitch subscription per month that they can use to contribute to a stream and help them develop content and whatnot.
Yep.
And also in the little chat box here, there's a little logo that looks ironically like the Ethereum logo.
It does.
And you can actually cheer with bits. Bits are Twitch's proprietary currency within the platform. Each singular bit is worth 1 cent. So for each 100, that equals $1. I think that's the minimum.
Yep.
Donation that you can give, but that's just another way that we've actually been able to generate some sort of revenue to further develop our stream and everything. And of course, always down here we have the donate here, and that'll take you to our external our Streamlabs donation page, where we also accept cryptocurrency as donations as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something to that, and we can get this going today, or we could bump this back depending on how you're feeling. But I've got another place people can donate, and that's through our new Dogecoin wallet.
Oh yes.
And so
Glad you
I,
mentioned
I
that.
was going to do a quick demo of how you might buy some Doge. If you're interested here. So I'm gonna, yeah. So the screen sharing gonna go away here. But what do you think, man? Just kind of, do you want to run people through the process real quick and just kind of go over that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally down because I know a couple of the new groups that I've joined. There's been a lot of people expressing their interest in investing and trading cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
but they're not too sure on where to get started.
Okay.
So,
So,
in
right.
case any of them are watching, here we go.
Yeah, if you tune in, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a quick down and dirty discussion of how to buy Dogecoin and how to store your Dogecoin. Now, there are other ways to do this. This is going to just be a continuation of our previous tutorial video. So in the past, we focused in on Coinbase. You set up a Coinbase account, you get going, you choose your currency. In this case, we chose Ethereum, and then we took that Ether that was on the Coinbase account that we showed on stream, and we moved that over to Binance, if you recall. And so when we moved that over to Binance, then we were able to do whatever we want with it. We can trade it into
Yep.
Bitcoin. We can, trade it on Ether trading pairs, which are very, very diverse and a lot of kind of, more on the higher volatility side. Although volume is a tad lower on the Ether, you can get some nice pumps. So what I wanted to do today was continue that. So let's assume that we have some Satoshis on Binance. So what I wanted to do was send some Satoshis over to Bittrex, which is going to be the exchange we use to trade into Dogecoin, buy some Dogecoin, send them to our online Dogecoin wallet.
Yep.
So that's the goal for today. Alright, so hopefully no one's hacking me.
Our fun Seifu. Come on, CZ, help us. You're our only hope.
Yeah, we'll make sure everything's good here. Just waiting on the old text to.
Yep. Hopefully it's not for Tracy. Funds are safe. Oh, we need to update our October follower goal because we just blew that one out of the water.
Yeah, so that needs to be actually updated. We can take a look at that right here.
We can just knock it out post stream if you want to. Don't want to interrupt the flow of information.
Yeah, you're right. Did I wait too long? Oh, okay. All right.
While we're kind of in a holding pattern here, our partner, the CEO of Doge, Rex Quandoge, he posted. He's unfortunately unable to stream or catch the stream today. He's trapped at work, stuck in a meeting. But he did bring up a question that I'd like to sort of answer as best I can in the Discord.
Yeah, yeah. While I'm getting this set up, go for it.
So, as some of you may know, Rex, he trades in both crypto and traditional stocks, which I think is great. Diversification is key. And he posted a picture of one of the stocks he's currently invested in, which is Magnagas Corp. And he had a question asking, what does the RSI line going up mean? Okay. So to answer that question as briefly as possible, the RSI, or relative strength indicator, that is an indicator that's used to signal how much time the moving average and the value has spent either being overbought or oversold. So if the RSI ticks up, that means it's spending too much time being overbought. If it ticks down too low, that means it's spent time being oversold. So that is a really good, quick flash indicator, in my opinion, on determining whether or not an entry is feasible at that point. So if you take a look at the chart, you couple it with your MACD, your Bollinger Bands. If you're feeling froggy, your Fibonacci retracements, and if you notice that the RSI indicator has ticked down below the norm, that means it's spending way too much time being in oversold. So that may be a good time to think about buying in. while it's oversold, because when things are oversold, they tend to dip back down on the chart because it's trending heavily on the sales side. So that, in a nutshell, is what using the RSI line as an indicator means. Another useful tool to add to your repertoire as a trader. It can definitely come in handy, and it's a good tool for determining entry and exit. So yeah, brush up on that. I have an excellent article here that I would love to drop in the Discord, or not. Oh yeah, I'll drop it in the Discord as well. Why not? I'll drop it in the Strictly Cripply.
Hey, do you know where you deposit? Where do I get my deposit address in Bittrex? It's not on the wallets page.
I think you actually have to go to deposits and not the wallet.
It's not where?
Let me take a look. Let me drop this link in here for anybody who wants to look up the RSI, relative strength indicator. Now, Bittrex, it's been a hot minute since I've used Bittrex, probably about a year since I've even touched this website. So let me log in and see if I can't help you out there. Oh, hey, auto-populate my info. Good stuff. Because I damn sure don't remember my password. All right, got to Google authenticate this stuff. All right.
Oh, okay. So what it is a tiny little green symbol that you have to click on. It's fucking stupid.
Man, come on, Bittrex. Y'all are making this difficult. Please check your email to validate the login since you are being registered from an unknown IP. Blah, blah, blah.
How do I verify my account?
Let's try this again. Now I gotta re-authenticate this. Oh, there we go. I probably shouldn't read my 2FA out loud. Probably not the best move.
Yeah, probably not.
Nobody can see my screen, so.
Yeah, no. I'm just getting this set up real quick. It's making me go through the full registration process. So once we get that going, just bear with us, folks. We'll just be one moment.
I think you already figured it out, but it's that little green icon with the down arrow pointing.
Yeah, that's like hilariously not intuitive.
Yeah, it's so easy to miss. Although looking in this sidebar, whatever this IHT in-house or iHouse token sitting at a nice, well, actually, never mind, it kind of dumped, but looks like it just got listed today. 34.3% up on the day. Up from 374 Satoshis and peaked at 643. Almost 2 times your money. Okay. Well, yeah, that's now that we got that figured out.
Do you have a Bittrex account that's already set up?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this a little bit differently. Then I'm gonna send you some Satoshis, and then you buy some Dogecoin, and then you send them to me.
Send them to you on Bittrex?
No.
Into your wallet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. I will drop my Dogecoin or Bitcoin address here.
Yeah. So I've got a pile of sats here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to send him 1,000,000 Satoshis. And then he's going to take that and buy a bunch of Doge.
Yep.
And he's going to send those to me.
I'm gonna share my screen for this so everybody can sort of see the process. Share. Let's do my main screen here. Excellent. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna send you my deposit address. So it's very important and easy to miss here. There's a set of buttons here. One is red, one is green, one has an up arrow, one has a down arrow.
Yeah.
You're going to want to use the green one with the down arrow indicating deposit. And then it's going to give you this nice little prompt here. Verify that you are, in fact, depositing Bitcoin and not some other shitcoin like V-Trash.
Yeah.
And then it's going to give you your address here. Now, whenever you move your address around, you always want to verify what I typically do, the first 5 characters and the last 5 characters.
Yeah.
And that'll determine whether or not somebody has been tampering or maybe keylogging you. So I manually copy everything because I don't trust this little button here.
Yep. Just use Windows, although your Windows clipboard can get compromised.
Yeah.
So that's why you always want to double check.
Okay. And
but the copy button usually does work just fine. So.
Yep. So I'm just gonna go ahead and
just drop it into the Discord.
Oh well, I just dropped it into Twitch there. So anybody who has that address, please feel free to send me some satoshis.
Where'd you put it? Discord? Or chat?
I actually dropped it in Twitch by mistake.
Alright, man. Well, people can now send you some sats.
Hey, that's cool. Go for it.
Alright, so we're going to do... Alright, the fee is 50,000 sats, so I'm sending 50,000 sats plus 1 million sats.
Okay.
Got my 2FA going.
Oh man, I need to stretch. Yeah. Yeah, I know for people who have never seen the deposit and withdrawal process, it can seem a bit daunting, a bit overwhelming, but trust me when I say once you get the hang of it and you start moving, crypto around, it becomes like almost second nature. People just aren't used to seeing that big long string of numbers and letters, and they're like, what do I do with this? Trust me, like people are just way overthinking it. It's really easy. It's just copy pasta. All right, let me know when you got that on the way, and I will open up the...
I'm just confirming the withdrawal request. I have 2FA set up on my Binance account, which means that basically I have to submit the request, and then I have to get my 2FA from my phone, and then I have to click the confirm button on my email, so it's a lot of security built in.
That's like 3 FA at that point.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I got 1 million sats coming your way, baby.
Alright, let me open up this pending deposit screen here so that people are able to...
So now that it's processing, let's give people a look at what that looks like. So basically, once that's going, then you'll get to this screen in Binance. It says processing, and you won't have a transaction ID yet. Once you have a transaction ID, then you can go and take that and follow the transaction on the blockchain and watch the confirmations stack up.
Yep.
Once the confirmations have stacked up, I don't know what the full number needed. It seems like it was 50 the last time we did this, but I'm not sure if it needs a full 50 every time or if it's just going in one direction. But I should be sending it to you over there, and you should be able to get it, I would say, within like 10 confirmations. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it ultimately depends on the network traffic on that particular day, because sometimes I've seen Binance will require 30 confirmations. Sometimes it's only 25. Sometimes it's 10. So... it could also be coin specific as well. I feel like that's probably worth noting.
Yeah, it's on my list now to get set up here on Bittrex so I can get the Doge. I have to submit I have to submit some identity stuff, and so I'll work on that once I'm.
Hey, now we know where you live.
Yeah, you want to come visit?
Send you some hate mail.
Let me just head to the markets here. At least I can track Bitcoin, Doge.
Oh, and another thing,
Nice, Doge
I
is
would,
down a little bit.
yeah. It was, what's it sitting at now?
84, I think.
Oh, okay, so 4 down from
80,
yesterday.
85 sats, yeah.
Okay, it was sitting at about 88, 87 yesterday, so a little bit
Yeah,
down.
a little bit cheaper today.
Yeah, man, you got to get that bargain basement stuff.
Dude, we're going to be swimming in Doge, man.
Oh yeah. Let me just double check and see. Yeah, it hasn't reached my end yet, so probably still confirming the withdrawal on your end.
Still no transaction ID.
That's fine.
Now, if I click on your address,
I know Bitcoin is probably swamped today with the recent spike in price, so not really surprising.
you got. Interesting. The way the blockchain works is so fascinating to me. Essentially, when you use these block explorers, you're able to see all the transactions happening, and each block handles more than one transaction at a time.
Yeah.
And so they come in from all these send transactions come in, they get sorted around, and then the block reshuffles the amounts, So now if I have a send from me to you, I get a minus on my end, and then that once that confirms, then you get the plus on your end. So it's really interesting how the coding side of it works. I'd like to get Ace on here one day. We just sit down and talk about kind of the behind the scenes of it, and really kind of get into that, because I think that's something that I've just love to just dig deeper into, just because it happens automatically. It's really interesting confirmation process, all of that.
Yeah, Ace, for those who don't know, is our resident tech expert. He's available in the Discord for anybody who has any questions in terms of tech related issues. Yeah, I would love to have him over one night and just kind of have like a little meeting and sort of get his idea on where he's at with how the blockchain works and sort of get his interpretation on it, and maybe come up with a layman's definition of the way the blockchain operates.
Yeah.
For people who aren't familiar.
Yeah. I did want to just let you know we're starting to see some preliminary code come out for the Ethereum 2.0 release. So they talk about Casper and sharding, so they've called it like Shasper.
Jasper.
Yeah, in a Medium post, the Ethereum 2.0 team explained the features, basically saying, or first release of Prism, which is a building block for future releases and has the initial beacon chain. So if you remember, beacon chains are going to be a key way to kind of make sharding happen. And sharding is a way to help speed up the network by just kind of running a few transactions here and there. It's very similar to having like trusted nodes. Um, so anyway, that's happening. So the coding is still ongoing. What are your thoughts at this time, 3 weeks out from Constantinople? What are you thinking about the future of Ethereum? I mean, you're an Ether fanboy. You got to be cheering it on.
Okay, so here's kind of where I'm at with Ether. Okay, in the short term, I'm a little worried. And I'm worried because the difficulty bomb that's going to be implemented to raise the difficulty rate of mining to sort of unincentivize the mining process is ultimately going to, what I think, piss off a lot of the people who have spent a lot of time and money mining Ether.
Yeah.
because the idea the idea of Constantinople is to shift the consensus system from a proof of work, which is mining, over to a proof of stake, which is exactly what it sounds like, staking, in order to uh, garner a consensus of the ledgers, the verifications, confirmations, the nodes, what have you. So by implementing that difficulty bomb and raising the difficulty rate and lowering the payout to miners, that's going to piss all of them off. And now, these people who have spent, exorbitant amounts of money on buying ASICs to mine it or building GPU mining rigs, they're going to be left sitting with, a bunch of equipment that they're not going to be able to use anymore because it's now obsolete. It's useless. And then the shift from proof of work over to proof of stake is going to require a minimum amount of ether to stake out in order to receive those staking rewards. And there seems to be some confusion on whether or not that minimum threshold is 32 ether or 16 ether. Either way, 16 or 32 ether in terms of USD is a significant amount of money. So not everybody is going to be able to jump on that bandwagon and begin staking ether.
I think it was like 7K for the 32 ether.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
7
like for
point something K.
you can buy 2 ASICs. Like,
yeah, but would you want to? I mean, you're going to end up paying for the power, and ASICs really don't give good returns on investment anymore just because of the higher power costs.
right.
And that's assuming even if you can get commercial power, as we discussed with Tommy, you're still in a situation where it's not as competitive as you'd like. And if you're on just regular power, then you're just super cucked. But, 7K is very, very attainable. For a lot of people, and so we have to remember a couple things. Not everyone invests at the same level. Some people are small time investment. So sometimes people are conservative. Sometimes people are big investors, and sometimes they're reckless. There's all kinds of investors out there, and I personally, when looking at this space and seeing the amount of money in there, the amount of these orders that come in daily, multiple times, hourly, for gigantic sums, it's very, very possible to accumulate 32 ether.
It is.
And there are a lot of people out there who can do it. Now the question is, will they do it? Are they incentivized to do it?
Right.
Right now the rumor I'm hearing is 5%, so you're going to get 5% staking reward. So if you have 32 ether, we're going to do a quick little math problem here. If I have 32 ether and I multiply that by 5%,
yeah, that's what 1.6 ether a year.
Yeah, so 1.6 ether.
Is that even worth it? Is gaining that $300 extra on a $7,000 investment worth it?
So let's just take, for example, let's say you bought hot.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Holy hot.
Dude, are you seeing this shit?
Let me see. Whoa. Hello. That's nice.
These are 1 minute candles.
Ah, great stuff. So I am now getting confirmations on my end.
Good.
I am at 0 of 2 confirmations, so we should have that in just a moment.
Yeah. So overall, it was just a few minutes to send Bitcoin. They've done a lot better about getting transaction times down, confirmation times down, especially between two large exchanges like that where you expect to see a lot of traffic. So they're doing okay. By the way, did you see how much freedom is on my shirt right now? I don't know if you noticed.
Eagle, man.
Dude, I mean, so much freedom right now.
Oh yeah, make America crypto again.
That's right, man. I tell you, I've just been immersing myself in financials lately, and I didn't really when I was in college. Oh my! Someone just bought 2.5 million hot. Um, that's a dang amount of hot. Um, so if I when I I'm getting into financials, right? And
Yeah.
so back in my days as a Democrat, I always looked at that as the accumulation of wealth is just the antithesis of what we need in society. Oh my God, look at this candle. Um, yeah, there should be some resistance. 43 ether just in the way. Um, So, I looked at the accumulation of wealth as just necessarily bad and just always favored the fat cats. But then I didn't think about things like 401ks, and I also didn't think about things like crypto. So, when you think about crypto, crypto is the poor man's or the little man's. Jesus, hot? Fuck.
Yeah, that RSI indicator is about to go crazy right there.
Oh my God, bro. I'm getting a little itchy here.
Getting not, dude. Don't FOMO in, dude. It's too late.
Yeah, but look at that fucking buy wall of 138 ether and then 74 ether underneath it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, there it goes. It's gonna run. It's gonna run. It
I'm,
just broke. It just broke it.
I'm buying some ether. Jesus.
Oh man.
Jesus. Alright, let's buy some ether here. Hold on. I'm buying some ETH. I'm
I don't
buying
think
some.
I have any. I think I'm all in Tether at the moment.
Let's buy some ETH. I'm buying some ETH.
Hurry, hurry, run, run.
Now we go into hot.
Oh my god, my wallet is just driving my back insane.
Alright, there's 119 hot wall in the way now.
Ah. There we go. My wallet was hurting my ass cheek. Oh my god.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, the RSI just went nuts right there.
Is it overbought?
Yeah. It just broke the Bollinger Band. It just launched out of it like a hot water heater blowing up and just rocketing out of the roof.
Yeah, I can't FOMO it now, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, that's a bad idea.
It,
Trap.
it, it seems like a good idea, but it's really not a good idea.
It's a bull trap.
We're gonna see. We're gonna test to see. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at that sell off. God damn, I am so thankful I didn't buy in right there.
I'm telling you, man. Every once in a while, I know what I'm talking about.
No, I've just fallen prey to that greedy impulse so many times of just wanting to get in and join the club, but
The
I had to.
FOMO is real.
I've diversified my stack a little bit, so that's kind of where I wanted to be. I got the Bitcoin, I got the Ether. Now my Ether I'm going to trade into XRP.
Okay. Solid.
Sure, it's not very volatile at all.
Good lord. It's taking forever to get a confirmation.
It's still confirming.
At 0 of 2.
Okay.
But it's fine. At least we know that it is registered on the blockchain and it does exist. And if I'm ever in any sort of doubt, I can always take this transaction ID or TXID and check it against the Block Explorer and the ledger to see if the transaction is legitimate or not.
Yep.
It's just sort of like a resource that's available out there for people who want to track their purchases and transactions and whatnot.
Yep. Doge creeping up, 86 sats.
Well, I mean, I'd love to get this these sats and Doge over to you so you can throw them in, but these confirmations, boy, are taking a hot minute.
Ether selling.
Ether selling off.
Yep. As is Bitcoin. Ooh.
Well, this might be good. It might be a chance for me to disengage my tether.
Yep. Well, I'm tethering. I'm gonna tether.
Okay, so it's not. I'm not quite at my optimal buy zone just yet. of course, we're gonna have like trouble loading the trading view while we're streaming naturally. Story of my life. Hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait.
That should be the Army's motto.
Oh, it is. Alright, I'm going to sell off here, and I'm going to dump here as well.
Dump it. Dump it hard. Ooh, good lord. Yeah, it just sold off pretty hard. But I think we should see a relatively quick retracement on this.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with it. I just want to be tethered up.
Well, if it'll let me zoom out. Okay, you know what, Binance? Suck yourself. Tools.
Alright, so how's the transaction going?
I will check in just a second. I kind of want to see where
I'm gonna block explore it. So I'm gonna go to where my funds are, withdrawals, find my latest withdrawal, which is processing. I have a transaction ID. I click on that. I get this little green arrow. I click on the green arrow. 7 transactions.
or confirmations.
It says number of transactions 7. Total received 2.69 Bitcoin. So there were 7 transactions all went together.
Okay.
4 confirmations on this one, 3 on this one, 13 on that one.
Still nothing on my end, so it's probably just waiting on that to confirm out before.
See, I think the EOS Explorer is just far easier to read. So
I think EOS needs to go to hell.
okay, well you're welcome to your opinion.
I mean, hell, I figured you'd be quite outspoken against EOS, all things considered.
No, actually I'm appreciative of the tech. The tech is really good. The issue was that I got carried away, rolling the dice, and I had a system that worked, and my ego and pride kept me from walking away from the table when I was hot. But that was just, that's just something that happens to the best of us. I mean, surely you've been in a situation where, you're rolling the dice or playing cards or something, and you're up, but you don't want to walk away.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think that platforms like that just make it way too easy for people to lose money
Yeah,
at
but
someone else's benefit.
yeah, but that's the idea. I mean, that's what gambling is. So, you
But see,
know,
then there's
you
educated gambling.
might be anti-gambling, which is fine. You're welcome to that opinion, but at
Oh
least
no.
have the awareness to say, "Oh, well, I'm anti-gambling. I don't. I personally don't enjoy gambling, or I don't like gambling. So, but there are a lot of people out there who do, and an insane amount of people. I mean, it's
Oh no.
literally one of the
I have
oldest
no problem.
professions.
I have no
Mm.
problem with gambling whatsoever. But see, there's a difference between educated gambling and uneducated gambling.
Okay.
Rolling the dice is probably one of the least educated ways to gamble because there's no skill involved. You have zero control over the outcome. It's not like playing cards where, you can kind of determine where you're going to go, whereas with the dice, you're trusting some computer program to run an algorithm that may or may not return a favorable outcome to you. With cards, sure, I lose my ante or, I lose my big blind, small blind,
Yeah.
but I have the chance to say, you know what? Nope, I'm not going to play this hand because what am I going to do with offsuit 2-3? With dice, you literally just roll it and hope for the best.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. There is an extra layer in a card game of playing the cards in the deck and your opponents and stuff like that. That is an extra layer. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that there are literally dozens, if not hundreds, of gambling games out there that are quote unquote uneducated that people find very fun. One is slot machines. Another is any dice game, roulette. I mean, these are ancient games, that have been around for millennia. I mean, shit, the Egyptians were rolling dice. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
I mean, you can hate on it all you want, but
I'm
it's,
not hating on gambling. I'm hating on how easy it is to make people lose their money.
you're not making people lose their money. You are giving them an opportunity to play a game with risk. They actually, using a sliding scale, determine what that risk is. And it's up to you as the individual to say, well, I'm up, so let me just walk away. Let me take my profit, you know. Or as an individual, you can say, okay, I'm up. Let me at least take my original, put that aside, and then gamble with the rest. Or you can just roll 50-50s to try to catch up, and we all know how that works. So,
Yep. Yep.
but no, I mean, it's gambling is fun, man, but you cannot absolve the individual of their responsibility. They
No.
choose to play the game, and the casino is just offering a service. So,
And I understand it, but I mean, I understand the need to capitalize on a vice such as gambling because it's such a lucrative market, especially in China, where
mm-hmm.
people love their prostitutes and gambling.
Shit, they
But
love that in Vegas too.
yeah, but at least in Vegas, prostitution is legal. China, that'll get you like 20 years.
Yeah, but it still happens, brother.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, no doubt, no doubt. The triads are there. They got that on lock. But no, not to discredit EOS, and my saltiness towards it. The tech there is quite brilliant. It's very, very decentralized. The wallet addresses are by far the easiest to remember that I've ever seen because compared to this Bitcoin wallet address that I just drop in here, 19BYMTQFKB, whatever. Who the hell is going to have that memorized?
No one.
Who the hell is going to take?
It's not. It's not a human readable address. It's a machine address. And like EOS, even beyond the dice rolling game, which you and I have had some fun with, um, basically with EOS, you don't put your information out there unless you approve it. So you have so much more control over that. And that's huge. I mean, in terms of, a big privacy advocate like myself, for EOS to say, look, I want to give you control over when you put your information out there, that speaks to me. That says, hey, when using MetaMask, for example, our Ethereum web wallet, it's great. I didn't realize it, but whenever it connects, it's sending out all of my information out to each website when it connects. And so I don't know. I mean, I think there's some definitely improvements between EOS and Ethereum. Now, the question will be, will the Ethereum transition to Constantinople with Sharding and Casper this month? Will that continue to pull in programmers and dApp developers, or will they go somewhere else? Will they go to EOS? Will they go to another platform? Will they go to XLM and Ripple and some of these other platforms and just start doing other things?
That's a great question. And ultimately, I think that depends on the short-term efficacy of the Ethereum network transitioning from proof of work to proof of stake. Because one of my larger concerns is that by removing the miners from the system, or you're not going to actually remove them, you're just going to unincentivize the process. You can mine Ether all day, every day if you wanted to, but you're not going to get a payout for it. Or if you do, it's going to be like minuscule. That transition from proof of work to stake, that is going to cause a major network slowdown. because you have all these miners that are going to end up jumping ship. They don't want anything to do with Ether anymore because they basically just got screwed. So what's keeping these miners from going to another mineable coin like Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, any other proof of work coin out there? So I'm really concerned about how reliable the Ether network is going to be after that transition, at least in the short term, until people come around and they start staking out that minimum threshold. Which, well, I guess you could technically stake anyway. You just wouldn't be getting paid out a reward.
There's a minimum for staking.
Okay, so that is the absolute minimum.
From what I understand, there won't be a use for staking below that amount.
Okay, so until that is confirmed, let's just say theoretically you could stake your Ether out onto the network to help contribute to the network load and throughput and everything. You just wouldn't be receiving a reward. So is it even worth it to stake out that Ether and not get a reward if you're a small time investor?
I don't think you can. I don't even think it's an option.
I'm speaking in theoreticals right now.
Yeah, but I mean, would it be worth it to hold Ether at that point? I mean, you got to think. The downward pressure on Ether isn't going anywhere. All the ICOs that were like, made and that were paid in Ether are still having to sell Ether to make capital. So
Right.
that's downward pressure that's keeping Ether down. That's not going anywhere. Number two, Ether, is going to have possibly major issues on transactions. Transactions might be slower. The dApps might not run correctly when they transition over to Ether 2.0. So, I mean, I hope the best for them, but I'm ready to scoop up Ether at $100. That's all I'm saying.
Man. Like, I am super concerned about the short-term future and success of Ether transitioning into Constantinople. But we'll just have to wait and see. We don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? For all we know, it could be wildly successful, and there are just boatloads of people who have that 32 or 16 Ether ready to stake out as soon as the network goes live. And it could just pick up where it left off and smooth sailing all the way out. Or the network could just bottleneck, have absolutely no computing power on the network, and just completely bottleneck and plummet. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen is that Ether is going to have some troubles. There's going to be some friction points, some planned for, some not. And it's going to cause issues, at least in the short term. I mean, there's no way this goes off completely without a hitch. And when that happens, are people going to transition? Are we going to have a flippening,
Yeah.
But we'll see, man. I mean, Ripple might overtake Ether permanently number 2 spot.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen in the past where the trading volume on Ripple has just far surpassed that of Ether. In fact, for a little while there, Ripple was dominantly the number 2 seat there. But people still like Ether because of its ease of use and its utility. And it's super fast to move around, super cheap. But I don't know how successful this transition is going to be, because we could see transaction prices just skyrocket and transaction speeds plummet, and that's just going to create a bad time for everybody concerned.
How's the transaction coming?
I got 1 of 2.
Did you refresh?
Yeah, I'm hitting this little button right here to refresh the deposit menu.
So it actually needs both?
Looks like it. Let me just scroll up here and, yep, pending deposit. 1 million sats. Yeah, hasn't fully confirmed yet, so still waiting on that.
So interesting that we've got, it takes a few minutes for Binance to populate the transaction ID, but it takes several minutes to get the confirmations. 2 confirmations just needed.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
pretty terrible.
yeah, Bittrex, in its heyday, was a quite successful exchange, and to some small degree, it still is. You know, there's still some trading volume that goes on here.
I think it's decent, but it's not as much as some of the other exchanges out there. I think it's
Right.
like number 6 or number 7. Let me see.
Yeah,
Trading volume.
that sounds right. I mean, Bittrex is cool and all. I used it a lot in my early days of trading. It's very user friendly, except for these stupid little deposit and withdrawal buttons that are like hard to find. Um, it's very easy to read, but it's just not as feature rich for the advanced trader like Binance is. Binance is much more useful to a higher caliber of trader because of the availability of various tools that they offer. Um, but for the beginner, intermediate trader, you know, there is absolutely nothing wrong with using Binance or Bittrex rather. It's an American-based exchange out of Seattle. Um, so you know, go America. Um, but yeah, Binance is just so much more powerful, so much more volume there. So you're not just sitting there waiting on your orders to fill. Oh, come on. Give me that last confirmation. Oh, man. Any day now. We'll get there. Oh. So BinanceZB.com. I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, but these are top for
24-hour
interesting.
volume.
Yeah. So 800 million for Binance. ZB.com. They trade a lot in Litecoin.
Ah.
A lot of Asian favored coins here. OKEX, Huobi, Hippie T. Well, what are we looking for? Bittrex?
Yeah.
32. Old Sia coin.
Yeah, Sia Coin's been doing pretty good over the last couple days.
Still?
It's 2.5% down on the day, but that's after some relatively nice little gains. Correct or small corrections, you know. It's bound to happen.
Yeah, there's a correction for you.
What you got?
Well, Sia coin on Binance went from 107, 100, now trending back down.
Yeah.
Interesting that it's so high. That's the top coin on Bittrex.
Ah. Yep. Yeah, I see that here.
Whereas on Binance, it's not even one of the top 10.
Yeah. Ain't nobody trading on a shit coin. Y'all got some of them shit coins?
When you're on Bittrex, can you look around and see? I mean, do you feel like there's really opportunity there? I mean, I really was just going to use it to buy Doge, but if you have an account there, you can just send me Doge.
Let's see. Let's have a look at something that's got some growth on it. Whatever black coin is. Let's just have a look at that.
We want volume. We want volume. We want things that have decent volume.
Yeah. Loading. Keep those charts loading. Okay. So, what do we have in terms of volume here?
Is that
not
Bitcoin
very-
Black?
Yeah. I think it's either Bitcoin Black. No, I think that's BTCB. This is just BLK.
Just black coin?
Yeah. not much volume, only $10,000 on it. Let me just go back to the home page here. See what the top volume coin is. Okay.
USD,
So
Bitcoin markets.
It is SIA coin.
Yep.
With 496 Bitcoin worth of volume. Okay.
To put that in comparison.
To Binance.
On Binance, yeah, how many Bitcoins?
This was 496 on Bittrex.
And that's the top?
Yeah.
So to get to 496, you have to go all the way down to something like, do you remember we were talking about Zill?
Yeah, Zilliqa.
It's like, okay, so basically it's like Stellar Lumens, BTC. Dude, no one's buying Stellar. Dude, this is bad for Stellar.
Well, yeah, I mean, their exchange isn't doing so hot.
That's so bad for Stellar.
Okay. So, I'm looking here at the charts and trying to gauge opportunity, whether or not Bittrex is worthwhile to adopt as a sort of secondary exchange. So it does look like they've kind of added to their chart tools here. You are able to actually look at longer time frames now than you were before. You're able to zoom in and out now. That's good. They added the depth chart here. That's good. Look at them stairs.
That's actually a very healthy looking order book.
Now let's take a look at some of the tools that they have now. Okay, so they have Bollinger Bands, good.
Yeah, get those loaded up. We'll see what they look like. And can you share screen fully?
Yeah. Hang on, bear with me just a second. Let's see. Share.
It might already be doing it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
No, you already are. You already are. I just need to make you full screen. Hold on. How can I do that? There we go. Okay.
Okay. So, strangely enough, they have all the tools listed under a tab called Studies. I think that's a really bad name for it. I should call it Indicators. But let's plug in the Bollinger Bands and kind of see what we're working with here. Okay. So it is kind of trending down on the Bollinger Band in terms of the 30-minute, but as a day trader,
let's see some MACD.
Let's look at the 5-minute and kind of see where it's at. Okay, so heavy downtrend.
Let's see some MACD going. They got MACD.
Yep, I'm fairly certain they do. So, blew right past it. MACD. Kinda hard to see.
Dude, that's impossible to see. What?
Yeah, that's kinda. There's no full screen option for the.
Can you zoom out and then drag it?
Oop, going the wrong way there. Yeah, that's so hard to see.
It's better when you get smaller, honestly.
Yeah. Let's plug in. Just for shits and giggles, let's put RSI in there. Okay, so RSI is kind of trending down towards oversold. Do they have fib retracement? Ooh, no fib retracement. Unless it's under here. Nope, that's just drawing. Select tool.
Fibonacci.
Fib time zone Fibonacci. Hey. Good on you, Bittrex. Oh, whoa. Okay, that's not how you operate it, apparently.
Maybe try clicking.
Yeah, it's a little different than. It's way harder to read.
Hopefully it'll color in.
It won't. No, this is what you get.
Jesus, that's bad. That's actually terrible.
Yeah, it's so hard to read. Let me pop back over and check on the deposit. I'm bored with this.
Yep. The goal is to buy Doge on stream. All right. No pending pending deposits. Boom.
Well, hang on a second. It hasn't populated yet. Yep, pending deposit. See?
It's still looking for a confirmation.
That one lonely confirmation. God, Bittrex needs to get their shit together. Oh my god.
Is it Bitcoin or is it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, is it the slowness on Bitcoin's end or is it on Bitrex's end?
I mean,
Hard to say.
yeah, I don't know if it. I've seen some pretty quick Bitcoin transactions before. So I'm kind of thinking that this is on Bitrex's end, just not having the resources to get confirmations out as quickly as they should.
See, this fucking screen is so unintuitive. Why doesn't it show me?
Yeah, the Bitcoin Block Explorer is actually kind of pretty hard to navigate.
It's horrible.
The
Why would I want to know any of this stuff? I click on Binance withdrawal, I click on my transaction ID, I get to, you know, this transaction ID, right? 7F2E, 7F2E, 7ABD, 7ABD. Yeah, so I get to this transaction right here. View information about a Bitcoin transaction. So then I have a green arrow, whatever the fuck that means. Let's find out if your shit's on here. 19BY. Let's see. 19BY.
Maybe all of these recent.
Oh, here it is, bro. Here it is. Boom. Found it. Found it. Found it. Alright, so I found on that transaction ID, I found your address is way down there. It has 3 transactions as part of it.
Okay.
This part right here has gotten 3 confirmations.
Okay. So the Block Explorer shows that the network is doing its job. So now we just need Bittrex to get it together. Maybe with some of these new viewers coming in, maybe they can help us rally it and get it to move along. Everybody that just tuned in, send Bittrex an email and tell them to hurry up.
Yep.
Trying to get some Doge before it moons.
Hot.
Trying to get on that hot train again. Here, maybe this will speed it up. Let's try this.
What?
Hang on, man.
Opening up a ticket?
No. Worth a shot, right?
What'd you do?
I sent some more bits.
Hey. Yeah, that will send.
Hey, it worked!
Woo!
It worked, baby!
Clearly, if you guys want to speed up our transactions, just drop us some bitty bits.
Yeah, man. It sped it up. Like, as soon as I sent it and hit refresh on Bittrex, it had already made it.
That's funny.
That's amazing. Alright, so now we are able to see that we have an available balance of 1 million Satoshis, or 1% of a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 1 million sats and we are going to travel over to Dogecoin.
Yeah.
So let's get that dialed in here. Dogecoin. Not sure what's happening here.
Yeah, Bittrex has done that in the past too. This weird like font thing where like all the stuff doesn't work. I don't know. It's an inferior exchange for sure, but they have Doge, so you can't hate them.
Michael Borealis says BitTube, baby. That's right, man.
BitTube.
Help us speed this up.
Yeah, dude, the tubes are unclogged now that the bits are flowing.
All right, so where's Dogecoin in this madness? Here we go. So let's get Doge open. Thanks for tuning in, Michael, by the way.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, man.
Drop us a, follow or, sub if you like what you see. Okay. So, am I not sharing my screen anymore, or is that just something on your end?
No, I have your whole screen.
Oh, okay. I thought that was you, like, navigating around. My bad. Okay. So, this is the buying and selling screen on Bittrex. So what we're going to do is we want to make sure that we're in buy here, not sell, because that's just not going to work. So what we're going to do is, do you just want me to eat up the lowest ask here?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to look at this order here.
7 Bitcoin worth of Doge.
Yep. And to make
which
it
is a
easy,
cool 8.3 million.
Yep, 8.325. Good stuff. So instead of having to manually punch in, a million Satoshis here, I'm just going to go ahead and go down here and hit max buy. And that's going to go ahead and use everything I have available in my wallet in terms of Bitcoin.
Satoshis.
Hey, thanks for the follow there, Michael.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. So,
really appreciate that.
What we're going to do here is this is going to go, and this is ultimately going to test our ability to store Dogecoin on the new web Dogecoin wallet that I found. And we're going to use that for tipping and contests in the in our Discord as well. So anytime we have a contest or a trivia or something like that, then we're gonna, any art submissions, anything cool. Anytime people just even bring up some cool chats, I'll throw you some Doge.
Yeah, we're just trying to, reward our supporters for being so faithful and loyal to us and helping us grow and get to this point.
Yeah.
So, we don't want you to feel like you're unappreciated by any means. But to scoop up this Doge, all we're doing here is just picking up this this top order here. And we're going to max buy, so we're going to spend 1 million Bitcoin on 11,598 Doge.
1 million Bitcoin.
I wish I had 1 million Bitcoin.
That would be a lot of Doge right there.
I'm going to go ahead and slap this buy Dogecoin button, and since the next order here is larger than the one that I want, this is going to autofill. So confirm that bad boy.
Commission of 2,400 sats. All right, are we the proud owners of some Doge? Yes, we are. With 8 sats, bro. You can keep that 8 sats. How you feeling?
Hell yeah. I'll take that as my tip.
Right, now, I've got a address I'm going to drop in the Discord for you. Dogecoin wallet.
So on my end, I'm going to navigate back to the wallet screen, and that's going to show me all of my holdings and then some. And so we're going to look for Dogecoin in this cluster. Oh, it pops right up at the top. Good stuff. And now, to use this extremely obscure button here to make a withdrawal, click on that. And our transaction fee is a whopping 2 Doge.
Oh, to send 11,000 Doge. Nice.
Yeah, almost 12,000, or 11.6, yeah. All right, so let me just grab the wallet address here.
It's in the Discord?
Yep. Just to confirm, yep, okay, they match. I'm gonna copy this, bring up Bittrex again, and I'm gonna drop this bad boy in here. DLMW, FYRA. All right. And we want to go ahead and just max send everything. So you're going to end up with 11,596 Doge and some change. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and send that over to you. Withdraw. Let me 2FA this bad boy.
All right, for security, you might want to dial out. If you don't care, then whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just stop the share temporarily. All right, I got my 2FA code here, and you're just gonna drop this in.
Yeah, good FPS today on your cam, by the way.
Oh, good, man. Good, good. All right, withdrawal has been submitted.
Okay.
So let me just bring my screen share back up. Main screen share. Beautiful. All right. So I should refresh, and it should show as a pending withdrawal at this point. Yep. And it is a authorized withdrawal because my 2FA was successful.
Okay, nice.
So it's all on the blockchain now.
All right, do we have a transaction ID in Bittrex that we can click on?
Let's see here.
Yeah,
There is
payment
a
ID.
payment UUID. I'm assuming that's the equivalent of a transaction.
Click on it. See if it takes us to a Block Explorer.
Unfortunately, it does not.
All right, let's copy that payment UUID into a kind of a Block Explorer here.
Yep. You're just using the blockexplorer.io or whatever.
No, I'm not doing anything. You're doing it.
Well, I was just asking you the name of the URL.
I have no idea. But you could search Dogecoin Block Explorer or
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
I mean I'm on my.dogecoin.info transactions.
Bit2, baby. I've had way too much Red Bull today.
I wish I'd picked some up today. I was gonna run to the store, but then had to get on mines, and I started getting into some groups there, dumping and. All right, so what's happening here?
So let's see if this UUID actually returns anything. Search by address, block number, hash, or transaction. Okay. So it hasn't issued me a transaction ID. At least not yet. So I'm just going to pop this address in here and see if it's registered.
Okay.
Okay, so the address is registering on the blockchain. It's showing a zero balance. No transactions just yet, but then again, it is showing zero confirmations on Bittrex's end. So once those confirm out, we should start seeing some progress.
Yeah, I'm curious on the time compared to the Bitcoin. You know.
Well, I think Dogecoin is a little bit faster in terms of transactional speed because the block sizes are so small because Dogecoin itself is so small. So hopefully this will be a little quicker.
I think it should be a lot faster, but it also depends on Bittrex. So how much is Bittrex slowing up the process? You know.
Yeah, that's also something that has to be considered.
Do they slow it up more when they're receiving than they're sending? You know, is it equal? How does that work? But yeah.
Very, very true. Ow. Oh, I'm out of Red Bull now. No. Sad day.
Yeah. Well, while that's rolling, I am going to go grab a drink. I've got your screen pulled up so you can go explore something else. All right.
Cool.
Be right back.
Alrighty. So while this is confirming out, it's probably going to take a minute because Bittrex itself is disastrously slow, low volume, what have you. Anybody who happens to be viewing, I'd love to answer any questions anybody might have in terms of what's going on. um, how we're performing these transactions. If anybody needs any explanations or has anything they'd like to discuss, definitely love to hear from you guys. That's why we're here. So fire away if you got some questions. Or hell, if you just want to call me an asshole, that'll work too. If you would have tuned in earlier, you probably would think I'm an evil person. Oh, man. All right. I hate how long this is taking. Hey. Oh, so he should have it on his end now. Excuse me. So we'll just wait for him to return from getting a drink, and he should see it on his end shortly. I didn't even have to send bits to speed it up this time. Good stuff. Good stuff. So many people offline. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Michael, if you're still with us, are you into crypto yourself, or are you just swinging by to say hello, or what's going on there? Just trying to gauge everybody's awareness levels of crypto, so can sort of like dial back the tech jargon if needed. Or anybody else that might be watching. Petrodollar. Oh yeah, don't need that. It's a shit coin. Cool. So this should zero out. Yep. Great. Link posted in BitTube Discord. BitTube. That may have been my partner, Crypto Nikolai, that posted that. So that's great. And been in crypto for 3 years. Great. What are you trading on? Are you a trader, long-term investor, hodler? Just kind of like to hear your experience in terms of trading. So you being in crypto for 3 years, that means you were looking at Bitcoin when it was super cheap. Because Nick and I both got into crypto trading and investing a little bit over a year ago. We were both fortunate enough to get in prior to the madhouse bull run all the way up to 19K last year. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Got into it at the right time. I actually started out as a miner. So I was mining crypto with just a basic little entry-level gaming computer that I had, just kind of collecting dust. And when I discovered crypto and learned that you can mine it, I broke out the PC, plugged it up, fired it up, and started mining it. And that's how I got my first little wallet to trade with. It wasn't anything big or substantial. It was enough to trade around with, and yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. And then earlier this year we were driven down by the bulls in quite a disastrous market dump. But that's what happens in these new and emerging markets. It's very, very volatile. It's definitely speculative, so you got to be really, really careful as a trader and investor. just figuring out, when the right time to enter the market, exit the market, picking, solid trades, using your indicators, your tools on charts and everything. Um, we're definitely big, big, big proponents of DYOR, or do your own research. Um, I can never stress that enough. A, do your own research, and B, set your stop losses. Um, if you follow those two main points, you will be a successful trader. I can almost guarantee that with 100% certainty. If you set your stop losses, you make it almost impossible to lose money on a trade. So if you're smart, pick your coins right, pick your entry, pick your exit, you're golden. You're absolutely golden. Now, we both Nick and I, Crypto Nikolai and I, we're not accredited investors. We're not licensed by any governing body. So anything we say here is not to be taken as investment advice. We are simply offering our opinions based on the tools that we use to determine solid tradability. So definitely keep that in mind. Um, I would hate to hear that one of our followers made a bad trade based on something that we said, but it does have to be understood that we are not investment experts. We are just good old country boys trading some cryptocurrencies. Ah, poor George. He just got botted.
Uh, all right. Yeah, he's probably got his caps lock on.
Oh, yeah. Take your caps off there, George.
Yeah, you'll have to just turn off the caps lock. Whoa! Transactions on my Dogecoin wallet.
Yep, that was fast. I didn't even have to send any bits for that.
Boom.
Yeah,
Here's the
that was like
ID.
super quick.
Here's transaction ID. Number of inputs 1. Number of outputs 2. Confirmations 5. We got 5 confirmations that quickly.
Yep.
Dogecoin just works, man.
Yeah, Michael and I were just having a little bit of a conversation. I think you may have shared our stream link in the BitTube Discord, and that's how he found us. So good stuff. Good posting there, partner.
Yeah, man. Just trying to reach out and find some new folks. And uh, so right now, what we're doing, we just bought and moved around this coin. It's called Dogecoin,
Yep.
and it's represented by this little shibby and a dog coin here. And so we now own this amount of Doge, so 11.5K. And what that's used for is you could trade on it, but also the Dogecoin itself is considered within the community as a tipping coin. So whereas there are other coins that you use for holding value over time and transactions and you know playing in different games using different dApps, Dogecoin doesn't really have any of that. Dogecoin can be used as a store of wealth, but is much better off as a tipping coin because it's been
Yeah.
around for so long, and there's so many addresses out there.
Yeah. I think Dogecoin. Well, I mean, it all started off as sort of like a novelty idea. It was kind of meant to poke fun at Bitcoin fanboys and how rabid they were. Um, I know some investors like that, specifically Verge hodlers who got cucked, um, but they just absolutely refuse to believe that they're investing in a shitcoin. But nonetheless, Dogecoin was born out of a fork of Bitcoin itself, meaning that it was built on the Bitcoin blockchain and protocols, and then hard forked out, meaning that it became an independent blockchain. Um, but it definitely has much more transactional speed than Bitcoin itself.
So we just now did a test. we had Bitcoin on one website. We moved Bitcoin from our one website to another. So we timed how long that took. And I would say, what would you put that at? For 1 mil of Satoshis, about 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes to get the confirmations needed to register on the exchange and the wallet. But for
And,
Dogecoin, it
mm-hmm.
was shockingly quick at probably about 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, if that. So Dogecoin really showing its strength. It's a lot more lightweight. It moves around more quickly, and you can make this free, easy to use wallet at mydogecoin.dogecoin.chain.info, the official Dogecoin blockchain. You can see. Um, what's real interesting, they have the mining set up here, where all the mining's coming from. Did you see
Yep.
that?
Yeah, that's really neat. I like how they have that set up so you can see sort of how the network is built.
Yeah. So with Dogecoin, Um, we did see that they were announcing some really cool projects. They're not quite there yet on the Doge Ethereum bridge,
Right.
but I'd like to see if Ethereum can transition, and it's 2.0 and that does its hard fork, successfully. I want to see a bigger role for Dogecoin because I think that, you know, it's underrated what Dogecoin can do.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think Dogecoin as a utilitarian token is seriously sort of like underrated and overlooked, because it's very easy to spend, it's very easy to buy, and using it as a means of tipping to like content creators or just anybody in general, like in any sort of Discord channel. It's super easy, super seamless to use, and it's a relatively inexpensive coin. Um, right now, it was at about 84 or 85 Satoshis. So a very, very small coin. Um, but, there has been some excellent day trading to be had there because of those small fluctuations in price. Um, since it is so small, the changes that are reflected are huge. Because it only takes a change of 8 satoshis to register a 10% change in price.
Yeah, so there is that added in sort of natural volatility with it being a smaller sat coin.
Yes,
Um,
indeed.
I think that Doge is just one of those coins that's going to do its own thing. So if Bitcoin is heading downward, as we see right now, Bitcoin has had a bit of a sell off here on Binance, dropping about 40 points here.
Yeah.
And so, what did Dogecoin do in the same time frame? Well, Dogecoin had been correcting before that, and actually did a little pump of a sat or two. So, with Dogecoin moving in an opposite direction from the market, you can always trade into Dogecoin
Yeah.
in times where you need to get out of Bitcoin.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a good alternative to just sort of move your sats out of Bitcoin and into something that may allow you to capitalize on the volatility, um, and sort of take some profits from that while everything else is kind of trending back down. So yeah, I think Dogecoin is super utilitarian. It's easy to use, and with all this news and hype building up around the Doge Ethereum bridge, which will allow a cross-chain transaction,
Yep.
that is just groundbreaking.
I mean,
Um,
it is still. We have to preface that by saying it is still very early, and
yes,
and
yes,
and
yes.
they're not there yet. So, you can't make that kind of announcement. To be honest, in my view, you can't say we have a Doge Ethereum bridge because it's not there yet.
Oh no, I'm not trying. I didn't mean to say that. Like if I did, I misspoke. I'm just in terms of
Now,
like the
I'm not saying
technology.
that. I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm just
Okay.
saying. I'm saying not to try to take that and run with it and say, "Oh, Dogecoin is already doing all these things." Like it's still in a very, very incremental early stages of that.
Yeah, and there was actually a lot of confusion after that a webinar that was had. No, it wasn't a webinar. It was actually a live stream that the Dogecoin developers had on YouTube. It was a demo of the functionality of the Doge Ethereum bridge,
Yeah.
and the test was successful, but the developers actually ended saying, this is still in the very, very early stages of development. This is not a finished product. We still have a lot of work to do before this is perfected. So, just take this information with a grain of salt at this point, and just keep your eyes, looking down towards the future of this. Once it becomes a full product and shipped out onto the network. So, I mean, there hasn't really been an official announcement as to when the Doge Ethereum bridge would go live. I'm probably going to assume, and I feel like I'm safe in assuming, that it's going to be post Constantinople. So it'll be interesting to see how or what the changes to Doge would be in light of the Constantinople hard fork. So I'm definitely interested to see how that's going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely.
Because I mean, if you think about it, this is a bridge between a proof of work coin existing
Yep.
on a proof of stake network, which is what Ether is transitioning to with Constantinople. So
Well, the Doge Ethereum bridge and a lot of the atomic swaps were one way, weren't they? So it's going to
yes,
be just a one-way transfer. I think that it's going to ultimately involve just coordination to make that happen.
yeah,
And Ether is not in a place where it can coordinate stuff right now. They
no,
are
no, no,
frantically working on 2.0. I'm worried for Ether.
yeah, yeah, me too. At least in the short term, I am deathly worried for Ether. Um, Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, he's a very, very bright individual. He's very smart. He's got his eyes, clearly locked on the future and the big picture. But I think that this proof of stake system may have been a bit of a misstep.
I mean, did they
Um,
need it?
do what?
Did they need it?
That's hard to say at this point. What they needed is scalability. That is what they needed first and foremost before anything. They needed to be able to scale the network.
Well, the problem is there's no financial disincentive for someone to spam their network and cause the gas fees to go through the roof.
Right.
Or if there is, there's not enough of one.
Yeah. And I mean, you're absolutely right.
We
I
saw
just,
those with gas fees, and they even blamed EOS, which
yeah, that was
it's
kind of
interesting.
yeah, that was a stupid little move, but
They just
I
showed
don't know,
their
man.
jealousy and weakness and insecurity.
I am super skeptical about what's going to happen with Ether. For the time being, I'm going to continue day trading on Ether and capping on volatility wherever I can.
Well, here's some volatility for you happening right now. 1 minute candles, USDT Ether dumping. So you might want to buy this dip.
Time to scoop.
Yeah, somebody scooped a casual 1500 Ether.
Nice. They can scoop that right into my wallet.
But then it was all sold off over the subsequent next 20 minutes.
Ah,
I'm telling you, man, we're ruled by bots, just like the Wall Street Journal article. Um,
oh yeah, yeah. I see it. Yeah, that's just 221.40. Let's have a look at the depth chart. What's going on with that? Okay, so a lot of buy pressure. So not disastrous looking.
ooh,
I don't know, man. I'm afraid it's just gonna like double dump on me.
God, the books are just going crazy.
There's a casual 47 ether at 221.53.
Well, that's only 10,000.
Yeah, that's gonna get eaten up in no time if it makes it there. If it isn't bought all at once, it'll get bought in chunks. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
the USDT trading books are just so frantic. I mean, they update so quickly. There's so many transactions per second,
Yeah.
so it makes it hard. But I'm definitely riding this dip out. I'm gonna scoop. Let's
Are you?
see, Bitcoin dumping too. Yeah, dump.
I don't know, man.
EOS dump.
Based on the 1 minute candles across, going back to about 4 o'clock here, I don't know, man. I think we might be in for a double dumper.
Good, good. Dump it. Dump everything.
'Cause I
Dude,
don't know.
short, 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 short.
MACD is just plummeting.
Yeah, dude, short it. Short it. Get into Tether while you can.
Oh, I'm in Tether. Trust me on that.
And then get ready to buy once it starts leveling out.
I think this may be the pivot point right here.
Maybe.
Are you on 1 minute? Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that fatty red candle. Mmm.
Oh, excuse me.
So if you're doing a swing trading strategy like I like to employ, you're looking for these fatty red candles because there's usually some bounce back right after.
Yeah.
But you're thinking we're double dipping. Would that include the dip that already happened, or you're saying we're getting two more dips?
I mean, at the very least, it's going to push sideways for a little while based on the way it's behaved since 4 o'clock. I mean, we did see that small little spike in price from about 223 up to 225. That's not enough to make me interested.
That was a one-time buy, bro.
Yeah, I got eaten up right there. Um, I don't know. I may not be convinced here.
Yeah, but look at that buy wall.
289 ether. Yeah, let's. I'm gonna drop some. I'm gonna drop some tether on this ahead of this order. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an interesting buy-in point. Overall market trend could still be headed in a downward direction. If we zoom out,
Yeah, let's look at the 15 minute.
mm, it's in the retracement from earlier or from yesterday's pump.
Yeah. 5 minute. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so this might be the bounce off the oversell right here. I don't know. Still a little worried, but not too worried. We just need to break that small little wall of 47 ether right there. I'm going to try and get in ahead of this big order here at 221.41. Or 221.39 rather. That's where that big order is. Yeah, there's some buy consolidation happening here. Someone just scooped up 19 ether. Or sold off 19 ether rather.
Yeah, they definitely sold. It's heading negative. The 5 minutes is looking deep and dark. We had a double dip on the MACD.
I'm gonna hold off for a little while. I'd like to see it kind of get back closer to about 222.
Oh.
And dump it. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so glad.
Yeah, dude, that was oof.
I'm way ahead of you, Bogdanov. You
Yeah.
don't know me.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to buy that dip until it stops dipping, or else you're just gonna be stuck holding bags of Verge and hating life.
Oh my God, we don't have to talk about it.
So So what I wanted to show here that we were able to show is just how easy it is to get and store Doge.
Yeah, it is super easy, super easy. Moving or buying, moving, and storing Doge is probably easier than buying, moving, and selling Bitcoin. Bitcoin is it's a bit cumbersome. It's a little slow, but it's not.
Look how quick and easy it is to log in. By the way, did you see that?
Oh, I'm looking at that. Yeah, that's beautiful. A nice 11,500 Doge.
Yeah, man, I might scoop some more.
Sure, go for it. Go for it. Dump it. Do it. Oh man, what a day. What a market day.
Yeah. I mean, things are heading down.
Let's see, where's Bitcoin chilling at? 50, or 65, 65, 65, 62. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of getting back to where I want to buy in.
What about $100 Ether? You want to buy those?
I don't know. Probably not. Not this close to Constantinople, because
Well,
it might dump shortly after.
yeah, I'm expecting a full-on sell the news kind of thing, and it's gonna dump.
Oh yeah, buy the rumor, sell the news. That's how it always works. But yeah, I mean, no, yeah, I'm not picking up any ether right now. Bad time.
Yeah, we did show how much faster Dogecoin is. And so I just want to take just a quick second here and shout out, to the artistic community out there, specifically in our Discord, who have been working. Have we featured the new Dogecoin Block Talk logo yet on stream?
We have not. We recently met a young man. He's a very talented graphic designer. He goes by the handle Meza. Really cool guy, very talented, very gifted. He was kind enough to just, take a leap of faith with us, and he designed this awesome, I call it the Bork Talk logo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Super cool. Like he gave him the text portion of it, and he just kind of ran with it, made it his own, and this is what we ended up with. So
Yep, he did, and we're very grateful to him. When he gets set up, I'm waiting on him to give me his wallet info. So you saw how quickly and easily it is to get set up on mydogechain.info, and I can just send that to him.
yep,
Michael, we are located in Athens, Georgia.
yep.
It sounds like quite a view you have of the St. Croix River there in Wisconsin. Um, but we do not have any rivers nearby. We got the Oconee, but that's kind of off to the side.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I guess the nearest major river would probably be um probably like Sweetwater, or not Sweetwater, the Chattahoochee River. That's more towards Atlanta, though. We're a little more northeast of Atlanta. Um, but Athens is a beautiful, thriving college town with loads of culture. I quite like it here. It's very chill. Um, but yeah, no, St. Croix and the St. Croix River of western Wisconsin. That sounds beautiful.
yeah, sounds real nice. So I think we did accomplish that Dogecoin thing. Now for next time, what I did want to do is um, we get a little art competition going of some kind. Do some icons,
Yes.
send those out, get those out to people. Now, real quick, we were talking about Ethereum gaming over the past several weeks. Well, Tron is getting in on the blockchain gaming.
Yes.
Tron pushes the envelope to challenge Ether and releases a new game.
Great, man. I love it.
Here it is. So Magic Academy is the first game to run the Tron network. It's based on Wizards, Warriors, other characters battle for the game's currency of Jade. Jade is a TRC20, not ERC20, TRC20 token, and each time you purchase new characters, your production rate increases. So we can try to get a demo of this going for next week.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's not an available demo like open to the public, we should maybe like reach out to the developers and see if we can't get our hands on a playable demo of it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to try to, get that going. And if we can get a demo for you, then we will we'll bring it back and show you guys the fun of Tron blockchain gaming, which pretty crazy to think about for me.
Yeah, Tron lately. I think that Tron is a much more valuable crypto than it's currently valued at. So much going on over at the Tron Foundation with with the recent acquisition of the BitTorrent.
Oh, yep.
Yep. And they're actually talking about implementing a program where I think it's called the Atlas.
Project Atlas. Yeah.
Project Atlas. Yep, that's it. That's going to actually be paying people in crypto for taking the time to seed out or share portions of files that they have stored there in their desktop.
Yeah, you'll be paid in Tron, and then you'll be able to seed, which, by the way, you won't be alone. There are over 1 million active user accounts for MuTorrent at this time.
There you go.
They released some new numbers.
Beautiful use case.
Dude, I mean, I think that it's gotten a bad rap over the years, but honestly, BitTorrent is like one of the best ways to get files, especially large ones.
Yeah, it's super quick. The way that the system is set up is so that instead of downloading an entire file from one singular person, the file is broken up into these small blocks, or bits, if you will, and scattered across a distributed network that you find one person who has a part of the file, and you literally connect to them, grab that part of the file, and then disconnect, move on to the next person, grab a part of a file, disconnect, and just move along that way. That way, bandwidth isn't a big concern, both on the downloader and the uploader.
Yeah.
So that is a win-win, and I mean that BitTorrent in its heyday was revolutionary in the file sharing sort of sector there.
How about this dip that's happening right now?
What's that on?
XRP, USDT.
Oh man!
But all the top 4 are just getting slammed right now. Here's Bitcoin.
Rip to the Ripple.
Here's EOS. God, they're all just under the bottom Bollinger Band, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's going to look real good on the RSI indicator here in just a minute.
I'm ready to buy the dip. I'm ready to buy the dip. I'm going to 1 minute candles.
Oh, yeah. It's going to look real good. But yeah, in terms of Tron, I think it's severely undervalued for the tech that they're working on. I mean, I anticipate, as Tron starts pushing into new industries and, addressing real world issues that we're having, I believe, in a couple years time at most, Tron being a pretty substantially traded coin. I mean, it's already traded quite widely, with over 1 million active user wallets. That being a great indication of its utility.
Dude, check this chart, bro. 15-minute candles, Tron BTC.
Nice little correction there. That actually corrected perfectly. I like that.
Yep, mega pump.
Yeah. That looks great.
So it should even out and get ready for its next pump. once this bull, once this bear market just stops. Tron's holding steady, but the big coins are tumbling.
Yeah, I'm still looking at the Ether USDT chart right now. It's not looking too good. It's kind of trailing the oversell line, chilling below the moving average.
Yeah, it might be settling. It's testing 220.
Yeah.
So let's see.
220 being a significant line of support slash resistance.
It would be support since it's on the bottom end.
Yeah, that's right.
EOS might be making a comeback here. Let's see.
Whew, EOS taking a big dump there.
Well, that's the thing. All the top four coins are taking a hit, but this might be the dip to buy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, well, we appreciate all the new followers, everything. If you guys, if you guys are going to be interested in hanging around, chatting around about crypto topics later on today, go ahead and hit us up on Discord. You can, check out the Discord server there and, chat with us, find out a little bit more about what we're getting into on a daily basis. You can also hear more about what's coming up for upcoming streams. Any preview on your end that you want to tell people about today for next week?
Next week, I'd like to dive in a little more into blockchain gaming, as I apparently opened some sort of floodgate as soon as I mentioned it the other day when we briefly talked about it on stream.
Yeah.
There has just been a crazy influx of interest from people outside of the crypto market who have expressed great interest in both blockchain, crypto, and gaming, and its intersection between everything.
Yeah.
So I would like to reach out to those people, encourage them to join us next week. So I'll be doing that.
We're going to try to have some more working demos as well, and we also want to get our First Blood tournament going.
Yes, which I will need to talk to you more behind the scenes about that because you're more up to speed on Dota 2 than I am. So I need your help in doing that.
I wanted to do PUBG because you play PUBG. I enjoy Dota. I think it's a terrible game. I mean, no offense to those who play it.
Unfortunately, right now, the tournament platform that they have is only supporting Dota 2 at this time.
Okay, so we clone it. We do our own tournament, 2v2, 3v3 style. And we use Doge as a prize.
Okay, that is definitely an option, but we have to reach out to Bluehole and become a PUBG partner in order to create custom games.
Okay, what do we need for that?
That's not something we can just dive into, unfortunately.
Anyone can't just make a custom map?
No, because they operate on
limited server
space, and with as many people that play it on a daily basis, they have to be absolutely sure that the people that they're partnering with, those custom game servers are going to be put to good use. So we may be able to reach out to them and see if we can sort of host a tournament that is going to be loosely blockchain based, and see if there is any interest there. So if anybody's watching and hasn't, felt the need to chime in at any point, if you are a PUBG player and would be interested in playing in a tournament that will be paid in crypto, please do feel free to join us in the Discord. The link was just posted a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you, get your ideas on that.
Yep. We could do Overwatch as well, custom games in MOBAs. We could do a custom HOTS tournament. That's free. When we can do prizes of Doge. So if anyone plays HOTS or WoW, we could do WoW arenas or 2v2, 3v3, 5v5. So yeah, any of those options, but we'll continue to work on that as the markets start bouncing back. So keep an eye on your wallets, keep your eye on your bounces, keep your eye on your phones, hide your husband too, because they were raping everybody up in here. We're gonna be buying this dip.
Let me before I forget, I would love to just go ahead and shout out all these wonderful followers that have joined us, and got us to Twitch affiliate here. So let me just dial back here so I can get everybody. Let's start from the top. Kishi-chan, thank you so much. Shannon Louise, Nexus, Elite Sickness, Sukoyomi, Fear Dead Fish, Real Dank Reaction, Caribou Team Pace, Johnny Fraser, Pay TV 50. Good Lord, we got a lot in the same day. Now I got to go back a page. This is awesome. You know, this is like first world problems right here.
Yeah.
Michael Borealis, if you're still with us, thank you so much for joining us today and following. Shannon Louise, let's dial down here. Crazy Alex, Team Pace, Meet Joe Fair. Big things coming with him. We're in discussion about a huge opportunity with him. Freedom Machine TV, Sneaky Fucker, great name. Jay Lasher 33, Muffled Wookie, awesome name as well. Haz and Chaz. Thank you all so much for joining us and getting us to Twitch affiliate. We couldn't have done it without you. Much appreciate to that. As always, now that we are affiliate, we are able to accept subscriptions to our channel as well as Twitch bits as donations. So if you find it in your heart to contribute to a great idea so we can keep giving you quality news and content, those donations are greatly appreciated as always.
Yep, absolutely.
Never solicited, always appreciated.
Yeah, we definitely didn't just ask you for donations, but what we really want more than anything, you know, is your questions, your curiosity. You know, if you're wondering about crypto, if you're just getting started, you don't know where to get started, if you have passion projects in your head, privacy, transactions, commerce, trading, memes, you know, whatever it is you're passionate about, art, you know, programming, tech, mining, you know, we cover a wide variety. So, you know, whatever your passion is, we can help find a coin project that might be something you're interested in, and then you can start to learn more about a company that's actively working in the space you want to work in.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a wonderful group of partners. Ace being our tech consultant. He's a wizard when it comes to tech. He knows everything, and if he doesn't know it, he's damn sure going to find out for you real quick.
Yeah.
Very educated, very bright individual. And as always, big shout out to our stream sponsor, Fork Chain Inc. They supply us with the latest and greatest in crypto threads.
You can see their page here.
Yep.
An investment in knowledge pays the best interest, and Blockchain Inc. coming at you with the crypto. Crypto memes, they've got our stream highlighted there, some pricing. But if you want to click on the threads, because that's where it gets real spicy. When you click on here, you get to the Blockchain and Teespring page, and look at the merch. You can get your own meme right on your chest.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Very creative individual. Our partner there, JR, a.k.a. Rex Quandoge. He is a very talented individual, very giving, very gracious person, very knowledgeable about crypto and the spicy memes as well.
Yep, Rex Quandoge, the one and only. He is there on Twitter. He's there in our Discord. You can hit him up. So any questions for him, you know, and also you could reach out to him there on Discord while he's still working on the payment processing gateway for some of these other cryptos. Just like we talked about getting set up in Doge, how easy it is to get it set up in Doge. If you have Satoshis anywhere, you want to convert them into Doge, convert them over, get them on your online wallet, and then you can pay for shirts, you can pay for merch, you can pay for stuff right there just by sending him some Dogecoins.
Absolutely. And if you ever want to get there from our page or you forget his URL for some reason, just travel down to our profile panels there, and you'll see Blockchain Inc. as a header there. The header itself is a clickable URL. It's a clickable graphic, and that'll take you straight to Rex Quandoge's website there, where you'll be able to pick up all sorts of merch. And if you're concerned about just squandering money and wasting money on needless items, don't feel that way by spending your money with Blockchain Inc. I mean, you don't even have to spend your money. Spend your Doge, spend your Verge, spend your Sats, your Litecoin, Dash,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
A portion of all proceeds on Blockchain Inc. go directly to dog rescue or animal rescue programs. So great charitable donations coming out of Blockchain Inc. There, doing a lot for animal rescues.
Yep.
So that's absolutely fantastic. You know, what better than Dogecoin, animal rescue, dogs, you know, bork, big borks all over the place.
Yep.
So
All
please
the
check
borks.
him out. Show him some support. Show him some love. Um, let him know that we sent you over there, and he'll be more than glad to get a shirt out to you. Very fast shipping.
Oh, crazy fast, and and he's a good guy as well. So you're helping him help support some charities. You're getting yourself some good swag. It's a win-win. I did want to just briefly give everyone an idea of what's coming for the rest of the week. So we're going to be taking a break here in just a little bit, but then we will be resuming a trading stream later on tonight. We will see if this dip holds or if we're going to see some changes there. On Binance, I personally want to do a little bit more work on Bittrex, so I'm going to try to get my KYC submitted, but of course it's going to take like fucking forever for that to get approved, so I probably won't be on Bittrex tonight, but I do want to look around and find some other exchanges where I can do things with Doge, or I can get a competition set up in our Discord. Also, don't forget, we have a Dogecoin channel in Discord, so if you're interested in all things Dogecoin, you can post in there. And, hey, who knows, if you post on there and it's something really cool, I'll send you a private message. You can send me your wallet info, and I'll shoot you some Dogecoins just for participating. So,
Yeah, a win-win for everybody.
yeah, exactly. So I think that's about going to dial it down for us here for this part of the stream. We'll be turning back on um, later on tonight and to this morning, tomorrow morning, and then I will be also streaming again this weekend. Do a partial trading stream if you're going to be available for that. I know that you are moving around on Saturday, or you're not going to be available on Saturday.
I will be available. Just depends on when you plan on going live. I will be tied up for the better part of the day, but I will be back at some point Saturday evening.
Okay. If
So,
you're in the mind to stream after your day, we can set that up, or we could try to do something prior to you leaving. But we'll work on the coordinated details of that. Try to find out figure out which would be a better time for you, and then
yeah.
we can go with that.
My initial thoughts are probably the evening would be best, but we'll see as we get closer to Saturday how everything's going to pan out, and
Okay.
we will share those updates with everybody as soon as we know more.
Hell yeah, we will. And you can always find all of the updates regarding what we're doing, what Block Talk's doing, what's happening in Discord, all through our social media platform. Again, if you're not in Discord, check it out there. But if not, at real_Block Talk, or our Minds page, minds.com/Block Talk, or our Facebook page, facebook.com/official.blog.talk. You can find all of that information on our Discord server, and of course on our YouTube page, or Twitch header page there below.
Yep.
Any closing thoughts here before we dial it down for today?
I think that's gonna just about do it for me. I got all my thank yous out of the way. I got all my promo for JR out of the way. It's been a good day. It's been a great stream.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for everybody that tuned in. Michael, great to see you. Look forward to seeing you perhaps joining our Discord and joining in on the crypto and blockchain tech discussion. We'd love to have you. There's always a place for you there.
Hell yeah.
From me, thanks to everybody that's followed us, got us to affiliate. Y'all are the real MVPs here.
Yeah. No, that's a big one right there. That's a big one.
Much appreciation from me. I know I share the same sentiment, or Nick shares the same sentiment as I do. So thanks again, everybody. That's gonna do it for me.
All
Nick,
right.
anything from you?
Yeah, just to echo that, big thanks to everyone. And we'll see you a little bit on later tonight, this evening, and later into the morning for some late night trading stream. So until then, you guys have yourself a great Block Talky day, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
See you later, guys.